Harry? Were you trying to undo this?
Well, naturally.
Did you make the rocks fall, Harry?
Well, I suppose I must have done, yes.
Harry Sullivan is an imbecile!
If you live in Pigeon Street, here are the people you could meet. Here are the people who would say, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, every day. There's me, I'm Paul Ferry, and I'm also joined by Rupert Booth.
I insist on being identified as long-distance Clara throughout today.
And Barry Williams.
You've got something prepared. I can't believe it.
I kind of had it in the back of my mind for whenever. I didn't think I'd be using it today because I didn't think it was me presenting. But
he had us on, listener, that it was me presenting.
Yeah.
And then right at the last second, we said, no, it's you, Paul. And he had that in his back pocket the whole time. Well, he watched me sweat.
He's a devious one. He's a devious.
Don't be alarmed, listener. The end credits will be a shit show. Okay, so this week we are doing. I don't need to. We usually do all this time. This is Time Ram, the podcast where we blah 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 blah. Do I need to do any of that? Because everybody they know, don't they?
Just what they tend to do, because it's the idea is anyone can come in at any point. So every episode is someone's first episode. Let's put it that way.
If you haven't listened to the previous 70-something. Probably 80-something episodes by now.
83, yeah.
83 episodes. This is the Doctor Who podcast where we take a randomly selected episode of Doctor Who and a randomly selected Doctor that don't belong together and conjoin them to become one. And this week...
Conjoin.
Like the Spice Girls.
Yes. We conjoin them like the Spice Girls.
Oh, no, I don't recall the Spice Girls being conjoined.
They sang
a song in a band, but
they sang a song "When Two Become One." That's
your knowledge of the Spice Girls exceeds mine.
My knowledge of the Spice Girls is legendary. Yeah.
When things from the late 90s seem kind of too recent to know, that's what we need to worry about how old we're getting. This week, this episode, we're doing Rose. We're not doing Rose. That sounds. It always sounds bad when we do episodes like this that have a person's name in them.
Yeah.
This week we'll be looking at Rose.
That's vastly better. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Huge improvement, Paul. Well done.
Let's have a debate about male gaze.
This week we'll be analysing Rose intimately.
Dissecting.
And joined by Tom Baker, who I'm sure would really enjoy it. Even at 90. He's 90.
Yeah. Guest star tonight. No.
Yeah, he's not here. It'd be great, though, if we could get him to just come on at the end and go, "You've all done very well."
Unfortunately, with Tom, we'll probably get, well, that was whippet shit.
Yes. Ha, ha, ha.
Imagine getting Tom to do the idea of Time Ram. Well, I don't care about any other doctors.
Yes.
You've got me in it. Well, no.
There were other doctors.
It's one of your stories, but William Hartnell's in it. Who? Then if it was the other way around, if it was like a McCoy story that he was in, he'd approve of that. It's kind of, that's how it should be. I should be in a Who story.
Yeah.
It would be immensely better.
Yeah.
I broke with the wankers.
So I've completely lost my place now. Yes, Tom Baker. in the episode with the title Rose. He said,
carefully,
phrasing it carefully in a way that couldn't be taken any other way.
Unlike Rose.
Oh dear. Yeah, Tom Baker, MBE.
Tom Baker, MBE, yes, as of time of recording, yeah. Got a note in the New Year's honours list.
Yeah.
For services to television.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, what else could it be?
He might have done a whole load of charity that he never mentioned. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, it was for services to television. So,
yeah.
Louise Jameson. There was an interview with Louise Jameson and a woman in the 80s where she was saying, Tom could be problematic, but there was one thing, there was one time where she walked through, breaking the studio, and he was swearing down the phone to someone, not unusual. And afterwards, she went, what was that? And she went, and Tom, well, that was my fucking agent. And the agent, Tom had basically decided to give some money completely anonymously to a charity. And the agent wanted to make publicity out of it, and Tom was thundering, "Don't you fucking dare!"
There you go.
All that sort of bit. And Louise Jameson is not notorious for making things up. She's very straight down the line.
I should say I wasn't ragging on Tom there. I mean, he might have done loads of charities for all I know. But he did get a gong for services to television.
Yeah. About time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Until he was 90.
Yeah, they left it until the last possible minute, Wait until he's looking a bit ragged, then said, yeah, okay, all right.
I bet
be nice, wouldn't it?
I bet he lives to 100. Just to be Tom Baker.
Did you see his Christmas
message?
Very
Tom Baker about it.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, no.
I was just very much being Tom Baker, He was saying, you can give me some advice. Maybe I'll listen. Maybe I will.
I might not. Yeah.
So if he's got his at 90, Sylvester McCoy now might be going, oh, there's still time.
The services to television. Sylvester McCoy.
10 years.
Vision on.
And what was it? Jigsaw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jigsaw. Great in Jigsaw. Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
The one without Patrick Troughton.
Yeah, with Dave Rappaport. Brilliant.
Homo sapiens. An inventive, invincible species. It's only a few million years since they crawled up out of the mud and learned to walk. Puny, defenseless bipeds. They've survived flood, famine, and plague. They've survived cosmic wars and holocausts. Now, here they are, out among the stars, waiting to begin a new life, ready to outsit eternity. They're indomitable. Indomitable.
Did you want some plot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There isn't a lot of plot in Rose. It's mostly introducing the concept of Doctor Who. So to help pad things out a little bit, I have gone back to the novelisation by Russell T Davies. I've got some extra ideas from there. And he does have quite a nice opening scene with Bernie Wilson, the caretaker, who has been keeping the lottery money at Henrik's, the department store, for years. And rather than paying it into the lottery, he's just been keeping it for himself, basically running a scam.
At the pools then, isn't it? Because there was no lottery in 1975.
There would be the pools in 1975. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it could be, what was that thing that was...
Premium bonds.
Premium bonds, yeah.
I don't know how you could fiddle that, though.
Yeah.
Maybe
I do remember when one of my first jobs, I worked with this old geezer that had been there for ages, and he did take people's bets and put them on the horses for them. And because he realised most of it disappeared, he did start, keeping it. And then if someone won, he would just pay them out from, whatever he got, and he was making a profit, And he did quite well at that until somebody won big, and then he lost. He lost all the money. So yeah, that's the same thing happens to poor old Bernie here. Somebody wins the lottery. Lydia Bennett wins, and he's going to have to pay millions of pounds. So he decides to burn down the store. He's going to burn the place down, and he's on his way to the fuse box to literally ignite a fire when he gets killed. Something plastic comes down on the back of his head, and that's the last we see of him.
Now, do we have the Pertwee end?
We have
no.
Have we time around?
My assumption is that he's with UNIT, but I mean, who knows?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. It might be the effects of the time.
Yeah.
So
I
my
mean, they're
assumption,
likely.
sorry, I was just going to say my assumption is we now cut to the Doctor regenerating.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have thought that it's going to start with the Doctor regenerating because that's what happened in 1974. That's what you do. It's not as good.
Well, we can cut to Bernie after the regeneration. That's absolutely fine, you know.
But
yeah,
true.
Depends what we get, doesn't it? The likelihood seems to be that we'll probably get one of the new series regenerations stories.
Well,
let's have him in the TARDIS.
So because we can put that on whatever story we get. We can go at the end of it.
And then he went in the TARDIS.
He goes back to the TARDIS.
And
then he went back to the TARDIS and regenerated.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
exactly my
Sarah's
thinking.
there somewhere. Maybe Sarah witnesses it. Yeah. And then he gets them back to Earth somehow, and then she's right. I need a break. I need to go. Well, it's not going to be called Rose, is it? It's because it's got to be Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. It's
going to be called Sarah, isn't it?
Harry.
Unless it's called Harry. And Harry's the person who it all happens to, because Sarah.
I mean, either way, it's not something they would
Harry.
really do in 1975. But
It's a title though. Works with robot. You see, I for some reason I got it in my head that it was Hartnell, and this was actually day one of Doctor Who, and I thought, great, episode 1 is therefore called Barbara, which I think would be a fantastic opening name for a story.
Harry. So,
Harry.
Okay,
Harry.
Great. Okay, so
young Harry Sullivan working at a department store for reasons, despite the fact he's a medical doctor.
We need a reason for him to be there.
He's doing it to pay his way
through slow
medical school.
Through medical school, yeah.
Excellent.
Medical school.
Excellent. Good.
Excellent. Wouldn't the Navy have trained him though?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Do the Navy train doctors? Maybe they don't.
Yeah. I assume you need some kind of external medical training. I don't know, but
yeah.
He's doing it to pay his way through medical school. He's just graduated. He's got massive loans, and it's the winter of discontent or something like that. 3-day weeks. And all
he tried stripping, didn't do
it. Tried stripping. So. Didn't learn very much. Went on the game for a bit, but just wasn't getting the trade. Literally.
I did watch one of those old BBC dramas. They did a repeat of an old BBC drama, and it actually had Ian Marter in it.
Oh, right.
Buck naked in one
scene.
Blimey. You get to see the lot.
Really?
Yeah. That was a bit of a shock. So of all the Doctor Who companions,
I don't want to see them.
Turn up buck naked or something.
Him and Katie Manning, eh?
But so in that case, we cut to Harry, I guess. He's late for work. He's got to get to Hendrix. So he runs in. He's pretty bored.
Can't see that, Steve, without Murray Girl's music. I'm expecting.
We're getting some Dudley Simpson.
We're not getting that. We're getting a bit of Dudley Simpson.
Some fairly slow sequences on some London buses on film.
That'd be great, though. I can see that. Getting off a London bus with his big flares on and all that sort of bit.
Yeah.
Not meeting up with his girlfriend, I assume. Maybe he is. I don't know. And having a bit of a kiss and cuddle and mock football around Trafalgar Square.
His boyfriend. No, probably not in 75, to be fair. No.
Not in 75, I think. Not in 75. Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
Barry Letts was enlightened, but but I don't think it would have got broadcast. I think whoever the head of drama at the time might have drawn Barry Letts and gone, what?
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I mean, it was still illegal until about 1970. I don't know.
Or was it Lingard done
it? Might have been, yeah.
Soliciting.
When did they rescind that thing? So it was partly decriminalised in 1967.
Right, well, bad.
There you go. Partly. Age of consent of men was not reduced to 18 until 1994. I mean, blimey. So, he gets to Henrik's department store. It's a shop. And just as he's about to finish his shift and walk out the door, he gets given the lottery money,
Yeah.
which he takes down to the basement.
The pooled coupons.
The pool's coupons. It's not lottery money, it's the pool's coupons. You're
Pool's
quite right.
coupons, whatever.
Yeah. A lot of this
Actually,
is going to happen.
The whole department store thing, in a way, kind of works better in the 70s because in the 21st century, department stores have been kind of slowly kind of disappearing, haven't they? They're kind of less and less of them. Whereas they were kind of at their height in the 70s.
Oh,
Right.
let's make it that one from Spearhead.
Yeah.
One on
Okay,
Ealing
cool.
High Street. Yeah, cool.
So yeah, he's looking for Wilson in the basement. He can't find him.
Yeah.
Named, of course, after Donald Wilson.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Oh, right.
Yes, he's named after Donald Wilson. And then she calls out for Derek, as in Derek Martinez, director of Spearhead. RTD has said so.
All right.
These are references from Word Go. Yeah, Wilson is Donald Wilson and Derek is Derek Martinez.
What he does find is some dummies, some department store dummies,
Yeah.
which then start moving in sinister ways.
I'm guessing they're just going to look exactly like the Spearhead type ones, and
They'd be like Spearhead ones, yeah.
Spearhead.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh,
take
can we
ones,
have the Barry
yeah.
Norman one? I love the Barry Norman auto. Yes.
The most stylish of the autos.
I mean, nice.
Yeah, he's quite
Have you know,
Yeah,
the very
Barry
first time I saw
Norman.
that, which would have been on the VHS release,
Yeah.
I thought, bloody hell, he looks like Barry Norman.
Very normal. Yeah. The well-known film reviewer.
Film
Used to
reviewer, yes.
present on the BBC for years, yeah.
Yes. Can I have that music then as it starts slowly stalking towards me, kind of going dun 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 dun. Harry craps his flares and starts
As
running.
you would. Yeah. Someone grabs his arm and says, run.
Yeah.
It's Sarah Jane. I don't know who it is, actually. Is it the doctor?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's the doctor. And then you have Sarah running behind going, sorry, he's a bit mental at the moment. You won't believe what's just happened. And yet, despite the fact he's completely off on one post-generation, trauma like Tom is in Robot, he's still sort of problem out.
He envelops Harry's hand in one of his giant Tumbaker hands. God, his hands are enormous.
Have we had some scenes then? We must have had some post-regenerative scenes in that case with him kind of being a bit doolally and then perhaps getting the signal.
Well, we've got to pad this out a bit. So I think he's still in Pertwee's costume. I think he got the signal straight away.
Yeah.
I think we'll get this explained by Sarah, who's basically trying to stop him, but also realizing he's going to save the day, so trying to help him. And he's like falling over and shit and just, going completely bonkers. I think his first words to Harry, and therefore his first words in Doctor Who, should be, "Would you like a jelly baby?" Because that would just be so bizarre. You've got Barry Norman coming towards you. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 with his hand, with the gun coming out, and then you get grabbed by this wide-eyed staring maniac.
You can have a scene with them.
Right, he runs towards the dummies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man, or Max Barry Norman. I'll
Very much a toss-up at this point.
Have a scene with them running through the department store, and they're kind of running through the men's department, and Sarah's running after him, going, "You don't have to buy clothes now. You've got some in the TARDIS."
That's why they were there.
That's why they were there. He just ran out of the TARDIS, ran into a department store.
Looking at the 1975 range of long, colourful scarves. Yes.
Men's fashion.
Okay. All right. We'll assume Harry goes with them. They run to the lift.
Yeah.
He's got to, otherwise Barry Norman's going
Might
to
see
kill
the
him.
preferable option. That's what I'm saying. They run into the lift, and then the Autons are trying to get in the lift, and they manage to yank an arm off one of them. Yeah.
Harry's going,
Where's
"You
Wilson?
pulled his belly arm off."
Wilson's dead.
Yeah.
So it's living plastic,
Yeah.
which the Doctor may or may not have encountered before. I don't know.
We
can't say.
We don't know. We just don't
don't
know.
know.
We just don't know.
So they push Harry out of a side door, basically. And Sarah gently explains that they're going to blow up the store.
Yeah.
Let's say it's Sarah's job to get everyone out of the store, and then they're going to blow up the store.
Yeah. I think Harry at that point would try and find a phone box because he's going to
Yeah.
call the police because he hasn't got a mobile.
Yeah.
You know, he needs to call someone at this point. He might stop and take a pair of new
Pocket.
flares off a mannequin and, you know, just clean himself up. Sort all that out.
Yeah, there's a relay on the roof of the store that's sending the Auton signal, so the doctor needs to blow it up. So yeah, Harry kind of staggers out down the street, turns, and watches the store explode off screen.
Well, I think we'd see the relay.
Yeah.
I think because we've got to have 4 episodes here. I think then, you know, Harry is released and so on, and the Doctor and Sarah then
That's
go up, and we
probably
get
a
a proper
better way of doing
introduction
it.
to the new
Yeah.
Doctor. Now we see the Doctor doing stuff. Sarah being the Rock that we know, who's you know, doing what we are doing, going, what the fuck is going on, and all that bit. Sorts that, and then they set a timer on the device, run to the TARDIS, which is in the corner, and off.
Yeah.
And then one shot of the shop exploding.
Yeah, if we need a cliffhanger, I suppose we can have
back to Harry.
Extra problems with them getting away in time, or
I think it's a little early.
You say that.
Actually, of course, this is all going to be shot on OB video, so the cut will have to
It's
cut
going
the
to be
film
a model shot on film, isn't it?
Jarring.
Yeah. Well, there's no other way of doing it. No,
it's going to have to be. Yeah,
unless you.
Or well, the other way of doing it is you shine some coloured lights on Harry and throw some smoke and some bits.
I think they would show it. I think they would do a model.
You'd have to show it.
Yeah, you could have the explosion, and like you see, Harry looks at it and it's like, blimey, and then you cut to news footage of a department store burning down. There's bound to be some in the BBC archive.
And it'll be footage from World War II.
You know what it would be? It would be wartime footage.
Yeah,
it would be wartime footage with
days,
kind of brown tint on
you
it.
You get the same shots again of firemen in World War II hosing down a burning building.
Yeah.
It'll be that bit.
Yeah, it'll be that. Yeah, but at least if you put it on telly, it'll be that little bit less terrible.
Yeah, that's exactly. We're back at Harry's mum's house now.
Didn't we establish Harry's dad in something once before?
We did establish Harry's dad in The Power of Three.
Yes.
Who was played by, oh God, what was his name?
Right.
It's completely escaped my head.
It was Tom.
It was Tom.
That's how Harry was in it.
Oh, good. Oh, that's how Harry's in it. Yeah, sorry.
It's one of those very stoic British actors of that age, of that period. And I completely forgot his name. It wasn't John Mills. It was the other one.
Wait, Taub?
Can't think of it.
Anyway, are his mother and father divorced then?
Yeah, we can cut it in.
No,
didn't we have rest of Harry's family in there? We had Servalan as his sister. And wasn't his mother like Thora Hird or something like that?
Let's just stick with Thora Hird. I don't think we're going to get better than that.
Fantastic. We'll stick with Thora Hird, and then we can do a insert.
What's that bloke's name? God.
So Thora Hird's on the phone.
Leslie
Phillips,
get
compensation. It wasn't Leslie Phillips. No. It was one of those very stoic actors. And I can picture him. I just can't think what his name is at this.
He's one of those ones who isn't a star, but is always
he
reliable.
Was a bit of a star.
Television all the time.
His career went a bit off the rails later on.
Oh right.
I can see him. I just can't think what his name is. I can't think of it.
Andrew Morel.
What
does he look
very
like?
Square jawed. Very kind of
Was he in Doctor Who?
He wasn't in Doctor Who. No, he was a film actor of the 50s. He was in a lot of things.
Stanley Baker.
Oh,
hey,
not the guy from Genevieve.
It wasn't. No, it's really bugging me.
Oh,
he was the guy in Genevieve. I can't remember his name.
Kenneth Moore.
I
didn't even think I was just answering your question, but I didn't actually think that was the answer to the thing.
We got it in the end.
Teamwork. We got there in the end.
Yeah.
Time round way.
Yes.
Three brains with but a single
Okay,
thought.
we'll assume that Kenneth Moore
Wasn't his
is
father played by Kenneth Moore in the?
I believe it. That's right. Yeah, Kenneth Moore. Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Is that
Yes, that's
convincing?
marvellous. Kenneth Moore, excellent. Yes. He was from Ilford, you know.
You mentioned this during the
Got
Power
Kenneth
Three.
Moore
See, I
theatre
remember
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, great. Nice one. Kenneth Moore. So Kenneth Moore is just going to be sitting in
Well, I
his chair
assume that he's
smoking his pipe,
separated from
being
Thor
stoic
Hird,
about it all.
or something's happened because I don't remember. I seem to remember it was just his dad around in that one, and then Thor Hird turns up later on.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember, but yeah, maybe he's out. Maybe he's
Right.
out. He'll be out. Yeah. So yeah,
He's out. He'll be out at the pub. He'll be down at the pub.
yeah.
Or maybe he's at the match or something like that. Or,
Yeah.
you know.
Harry's mum's there. Yeah, she's obviously trying to get compensation. Thor Hird.
I love that idea with, Thor Hird with a
It
big
works.
curly
Yeah.
corded telephone in a way. Yeah. Did they do compensation in those days? Was compensation a
Yeah,
big
and
thing?
then obviously Harry's boyfriend Mickey comes in.
No, this is going to be his girlfriend, isn't it? She could still be called Mickey in a Sammy Windmill sort of way.
Mickey.
Because he'd be played by Sammy Windmill.
She can be called Mickey.
Could be his
Yeah.
best mate.
No, she should be played by oh God, what's
Tony
her name?
Basil.
Did Hey Mickey song.
Could be his best mate. His best
Tony
mate
Basil.
Mickey. Or I was going to say it could.
They do a lot of romantic
Yeah.
stuff in this story. They go off to restaurants and
I
things
was going to
together.
say it could be Mickey's
I
dad.
think better
Mickey.
keep it a girlfriend.
I've got an interesting fact about Tony Basil.
All right.
You know the Monkeys film Head?
Hmm.
There's a sequence in it where
this one, yeah.
Davy Jones does a dance sequence and sings a very sort of jaunty musical type song.
No,
That's
yeah.
Tony Basil that he's dancing with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she was a choreographer.
Yeah.
She had a long career well before that Hey Mickey song.
So Tony Basil's a lady. Yeah, I'd be confused there, right?
Yeah, Tony Basil is a lady. Baz.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh yes.
In the mold of Tony Arthur. Oh, can we have Tony Arthur?
No. Hang on, who's Tony Arthur?
She was a children's television presenter. She used to do play school and all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
Can't bring it to mind.
Yeah.
We're a pair.
We're a pair.
What are we a pair of?
We're a pair of knickers.
Have we decided who this person is?
No.
Is it
Not
Harry's
really.
girlfriend or is it Harry's mate? Either way, called Mickey.
Oh dear.
Suppose you have to have the. Oh, I was going to say, I suppose you have to have that thing in the end of them leaving their significant other for the Doctor.
Mhm.
But that takes on a whole new meaning if it's Harry
That's Harry
leaving
being
his
a real
girlfriend for
cad.
the
He wouldn't
Doctor.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And running off, going, all right, goodbye, Tony Basil. I'm off with this bad man. What have you got on Jenny,
Thanks.
baby?
What for? I don't know. See ya.
Reasons?
You know.
So maybe in that respect, maybe it does work better if it's his mate.
Maybe, yeah.
And all the restauranty scenes could just be then down the pub.
They could go down the pub. They could go down the pub.
Fantastic. That means there's going to be this wild Orson smashing up a really 70s boozer.
You can barely see it through the fag smoke, you know. It's going,
Yeah.
occasional blade coming out.
Everything down.
Instead of the bit where he goes, pizza, just have going, pint. Pint.
That does fit in better in 1975. It really does.
Yes.
All right, so it's Harry's mate in that case.
Right.
Peter. No.
He's that bloke from the Tomorrow People, the biker. You know, the two bikers in the first
No.
Tomorrow
I'll tell you who he is. I'll tell you who he is. He's Derek Griffiths.
Yeah.
Derek Griffiths, right, okay, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I was going to suggest Rudolph Walker, having seen him recently in the War Games, but yeah, Derek Griffiths, that's fine. So, he turns up. He's a bit worried about his mate,
Yeah.
like you are, and then decides to go down the pub because the football's on.
This is the match on, yeah.
The match is on.
Yeah.
I'm liking this. This is a good one.
Yeah, it's all right, you know.
Starting to go. Because I mean, I'm a great fan of the episode Rose. I think it's a magnificent piece of writing because of all the things it has to do, which it does apparently effortlessly.
Superb, yeah.
And therefore, by no means was that effortless. But this version, Derek Griffiths and Ian Martin down a stinking 70s boozer. Plastic. I'm down with that.
Commercial time.
We are going on a journey, a very long journey, through the world of the Target novelizations in publication order. Every week, we are looking at a new book, talking about Terrence Dicks, Malcolm Hulke, and all our Doctor Who novelization friends. Whatever you do, keep turning the pages. This is Jason Miller of the Doctor Who Literature Podcast, a member of the Direction Point Podcast Network, and you are listening to Woof Time Ram.
I sent a picture of Tony Arthur.
I just saw. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, I did recognise her. Yeah. So Harry and his mate Derek Griffiths go down the pub, which is very brown, very 70s.
We both got fags on.
They both got fags on. Perhaps not in Doctor Who. They might not have fags on, but probably some people in the background do. I'm not sure I've ever seen a Doctor Who companion smoking.
Have a look at Resurrection of the Daleks for a start.
That's the only time you see people smoking in Doctor Who. Resurrection of the Daleks. That's pretty much it.
You see it a lot. It's normalised.
Yeah, but there's no instances of companions doing it, is there? I'm sure of that.
The Master smoked a cigar in The Mind of Evil.
A cigar, but he's bad. So,
Yeah.
You see him, mate? Ian really wanted a fag in the novelisation of the Daleks. The Doctor has a pipe in episode 2 of the entire series.
Yes.
I said companions. Excuse me.
You did. But the Doctor's higher than the companion, so fine, that's all right. Smoking's all right in Doctor Who.
In 1963, maybe.
I'm sure I remember seeing the Brig having a fag at some point.
Yeah, the Brig can get away
Green Death. When they're having that big sort of piss up at the end. Got a fag on.
Yeah, the Brig gets away with it because he's a grown up, isn't he? It's not like
True.
Anyway, they sink a few pints, and we cut to the next morning where Harry is hungover and unemployed.
Yes.
And perhaps looking in the newspaper for jobs, maybe sees unit advertised.
Yeah.
What Thora Hird telling him he should go and work at the butcher's.
Yeah.
Which is glorious. That's worth the price of admission alone.
Oh, you think you're too good for the butchers since you got your medical degree?
Hairs and grocers. I'm a qualified doctor. Mother. You don't need doctoring yet? No. Well, doesn't count then, does it?
I'm going to join the Navy.
Fuck you.
They get interrupted when they hear the cat flap go. And it's the Doctor and Sarah back again. Going, what are you doing here?
The Eccleston stuff is fitting Tom perfectly.
Yes.
I mean, opening the cat flap and there's these wide eyes staring at you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Thora Hird's going to start trying to flange at the Doctor. Dressing gown.
The Doctor comes in and there's Thora Hird.
I mean, Rose
Thora
is
Hird.
episode to me, but this is better.
Yeah.
Thora Hird going, I'm in my dressing gown.
Yeah. Yes. The strange man in my room. Yes.
Offering him multiple cups of tea and slices of fruitcake and
And he's just going to be offering her jelly babies.
Yeah, until Harry drags them aside. He's like, you need to explain what you're up to. And that's when the arm attacks. Probably attacks Sarah being the 70s.
It's going to attack Sarah being the 70s, isn't it? Yeah.
And then they both have to wrestle it off her.
Yeah. But it's Harry that falls through the glass coffee table, though.
Somebody has to go through the glass coffee table. Yeah.
Well, if anyone goes through the glass coffee table.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Harry turns to Stuart Fell for a moment. Goes through
a glass cup.
Turns back into Ian Martyr, who's a good foot taller. Actually, be Terry Walsh, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Wallop.
Wash.
Coffee table. Wallop.
Dealt with. Borrow a pen.
That's the nice thing of the novelisation is that Jackie spends the rest of the book going on about a fucking coffee table. Let's get a new one.
Or I heard something like that. We've got to pad this out somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I bet you at the end Tom turns up with a new coffee table for her and gives her a big grin and she just melts.
I tell you what, this is going to be a cliffhanger if it's anywhere. It's going to be when the arm attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is. That's
Yeah.
exactly what happens. And it's going to be a close up on Elizabeth Sladen with the hand
Yeah.
around her neck, which is
Yeah.
a rubber glove on a human hand by that point. You know,
Yeah.
giving it that
Gotta be that.
strange
Yeah.
lip
Yeah.
scream.
God, breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. So eventually the Doctor manages to get his sonic out. He manages to deactivate it.
No, he doesn't. He gets his sonic screwdriver out.
Oh, yes.
1974. End.
I knew that one job.
Is he still dressed as Pertwee, or is he?
I think he's halfway
changed it?
between Pertwee and Tom at the moment. I think he's got bits and pieces. It'd be quite funny if he just picks pieces up as he goes along.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got some.
I don't know where from, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Finds a scarf on a dummy. He's like,
Or we have it that because presumably we've got units in this era still in the Pertwee era.
Yeah.
The unit are
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
It's insane that Sarah wouldn't call them
Yeah.
at this point. So maybe we've got the Brig and Benton turning up representing a unit.
Yeah, we should probably have some scenes in the lab, so the Doctor and Sarah are actually in the story.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it all being set at Thora Hird's house. The Brig and Benton turn up and Thora Hird's just going, it's raining men. And these ones are in uniforms.
Yeah. She gets a special cake out for him.
Gets a special cake out and Benton goes all gauche.
She's got a bit of a soft spot for Benton. Yeah, she likes it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Thora Hird and Benton, love it.
Yeah. Got some extra cake for you, dear.
This is vastly better than Robot.
Yes.
True.
I'm fond of Robot, but this is better.
So the Doctor was tracking the arm. That's why he's there. At some point, someone points out to Harry that the Autons want to destroy humanity.
Mm-hmm. Like the Doctor, won't it?
Yeah. And then we do get a great scene, don't we, where he's like, right, that's it. That's it for your explanations, and he leaves the flat with the arm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Rose pursues him.
Mm-hmm.
And she's basically like, who are you? And he tells her, I can feel the turn of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tom would cream this, it would be great.
Yeah. It's an amazing scene.
I think this would be the first time we see him actually calm down and do that side of the Doctor.
Yeah.
Tom does so incredibly well.
So I guess, so Tom's leaving as well. Harry's like, who are you people? Honestly.
Yeah.
And perhaps at the end, Sarah gives him Unit's card so he can give him a call and find out what's going on a little bit. Yeah. Actually, no, but he can't because Rose's entire plot is she's trying to find out who this fucker is.
Unit's tricky because one of the nice things about Rose is its incredible economy of characters.
It's really, yeah.
And if we've got a unit and we're finishing off that era, as I suppose we must, as Robot did, then we're going to have the Brig coming in and Benton and whoever else. Maybe when the shop blows up. They'd notice that.
The next scene is Rose goes to Mickey's flat to use his computer.
Yeah.
Which isn't very 1975.
This is going to be the telephone directory, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is going to be a riveting scene of them going through the telephone directory.
So maybe we dispense with that. Maybe we do say Sarah gives Harry details to get in touch with the Brigadier.
Yeah.
And the Brigadier is a bit cagey, but he does find out a little bit.
I've had a thought. What you could do instead of the Mark Benton character, I can't remember what his name is, Clive, is they get a clue of somebody who can tell them. Oh, Harry gets a clue of somebody who can tell him about the Doctor and Derek Griffiths, and they go and see this guy, and it's Mike Yates, and he's become a conspiracy theorist.
Nice.
Yeah.
Except not a theory because he knows it's all true.
Well, yeah.
They wouldn't allow it though. Surely the unit wouldn't allow that.
Yeah.
It's a lovely idea. I don't think
they wouldn't know though because he's wearing his tinfoil hat
and he's got his flares on, so the Brigadier can't see him.
Yes.
If he's not in uniform.
Yeah.
The Brigadier's just what? What do you mean?
He's
round. Don't be ridiculous, Benton. Tricky. In story sense terms, I'd say that, look, Sarah says, look, phone this number. She wants to contact unit herself, but the Doctor's already running off back to the TARDIS and she doesn't want to leave him because he's still doing funny. So, look, call these people. They'll tell you what's going on. And then the next thing we see is, Harry's in the lab. Harry's in unit.
Yeah.
Possibly being given a bit of a hard time.
Yeah.
But I don't think it being Mike Yates. That's a really nice idea.
Yeah.
So someone better make a decision on it.
Yeah.
I'd say if we bring in the Brig at this point, the Brig is fobbing him off. The Brig is giving me the cover story, and Harry's not buying it.
Yeah.
And so maybe
and the Brig is worried because the
I
doctor's
tell you what,
gone.
the Brig pops out of the office for a moment, and Harry quickly flicks through his inventory, his contact book, and he sees Mike Yates there with his name crossed out. You think that's interesting? Contact him.
Yeah.
Geneva calls because Geneva's always calling the Brig.
Geneva's
always why the Brigadier has to fuck off.
Geneva's on the phone for a bit.
The Brigadier's going, oh, fucking Geneva again.
Geneva's having a moment. Geneva's lost its handbag. It needs him to come and sort it. Or it's lost something
gone wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe when they say Geneva, it's not actually like the head of unit. It's like a girl called Geneva.
I just thought the same.
It's his mistress. It's his mistress, Geneva.
Yeah. Yes, it's an official call. It's Geneva.
Geneva. Yes. I need to take this in private.
Yeah.
Hello, darling. I'm in Geneva.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Excellent.
And that's good because that gives Harry agency.
Yeah.
He's sorting the problem out himself and going, right, I'm bloody working this out.
Yes.
And it stretches the story a bit, which we kind of need.
The story a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get a bit of him working things out.
Yeah.
And the doctor's nicely absent, which is making us, as we do in Rose, go, well, where's the doctor? I want to see the doctor.
Yeah.
Hold him back.
Making us anticipate him.
So Derek picks him up in his little yellow motor, and which works well in 1975, frankly.
Totally works,
takes him to see, is it Mike Yates? Or
Mike Yates.
Mike Yates.
Mike Yates.
You see full-on cultist like a Xena caftan and shit. He's got flowers.
Mike Yates is meditating somewhere. And basically warns him. He warns him the doctor's dangerous. His constant companion is death.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't have the thing where he's got photographs of him at Dallas in 1963.
No.
Or the Titanic in 1912 or Krakatoa in 1883.
Well, we don't need it.
You don't need
the entire series.
It's not the sort of thing they do.
New doctor. Yeah.
The novelisation has quite a few more details about Clive Finch, actually.
Yeah.
His father was killed at Shoreditch in 1963. But the novelisation's got references to all kinds of things, which are never going to be in the TV version. I should mention Mickey's band. He's got a band in the book as well.
Yeah.
He's got a group of mates.
Derek Griffiths' Dead Musical. Fantastic.
Yeah, he's got a group of mates called Mook, Patrice, and Sally, and they're in a band which they ill-advisedly decide to call Bad Wolf. So they're quite fun.
Excellent.
But I don't think there's room for them. I don't think there's anywhere to put them.
No.
Sorry, guys. So, while Harry is in talking to Mike Yates, he's left Derek in the car. Derek sees a bin. Did they have wheelie bins in 1975?
No, they just the old metal variety
bins.
Yeah.
It doesn't work at all. Yeah.
No.
Right. Okay.
It's a plastic bag.
Derek goes to a policeman. A plastic policeman.
Plastic bag's cheaper.
Not very threatening.
Not in his face. Like Terror of the Autons.
Yeah.
I seem to recall public information films and stuff around the 70s going, don't put plastic bags on your head because you'll die.
How about he tries to use a public phone and it's...
I was just thinking that, actually, goes to ring his mum.
Yeah. And the call wraps itself around him or something then.
Cool.
Or his sister. He goes to ring his sister, Flora Benjamin.
Fine.
I think we've already had Flora in it, something.
We have, yeah.
Again.
But
She's very young in 1924, though, isn't she?
Yeah.
It's all right. She gets a better part in the Android invasion. She'll be fine. Which, as we all know, is a Seventh Doctor story.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, naturally. Okay, so we cut back to Harry. Where Mike Yates is telling him that the Doctor's an immortal alien with loads of faces.
Yeah.
Harry says,
You see a
are
picture of
a
Pertwee
nutter."
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's my picture of Pertwee. That's the one I knew.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
was the other one as well, with Patrick Troughton one.
Yeah.
And Benson and the Breakwater told me they saw one on the screen, which was another one again.
Yeah.
Except they probably didn't, because the Three Doctors is not going to be Pertwee's story. But
Yeah.
Well, they did have Day of the Doctor, which we had several doctors in it. So yeah.
Shows them a picture of Andrea Morel.
Yeah.
That's a callback.
Well done.
And Harry goes, wasn't he involved with the British Experimental Rocket Church? Double callback.
Oh, please be quiet.
Okay, so anyway, Harry decides he's a nutter, so he comes back out. He joins Derek in the car.
Yeah.
Derek is looking a bit shiny.
Shiny.
Yeah. He wants to go for pint.
Yeah.
A pint.
A pint. So yeah, we
and nobody's bothered that he's driving because it's 1975.
Does not matter.
I do. That is one
thing
got
seatbelts on
about the episode. I mean, looking at how different he is.
Yeah.
If my girlfriend suddenly looked really plastic and her hair was kind of painted on and so on, I might notice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I might go, hey, because it's like half an hour or something like that. You might just go,
yeah. I mean, the writing's on the wall for Mickey and Rose's relationship at this point, really, isn't it?
Yes.
She can't even bother to look at him. It's like, it's probably Mickey over there. So we got back to they're back in the pub again. Yeah. And
get the money out of that set, aren't they?
Yeah. And Derek is quietly pumping him for information about the Doctor.
Yeah.
And he kind of glitches while he's going, babe.
In a different way, though. It's not going to be like that, is it?
No, it's not.
That's very kind of modern computer. That's digital glitching.
Yeah.
He's going to have to do analog glitching. I don't know how to do that. His colour would break up and he'd go a bit wavy. It's going to be done back. He's going to be acting it.
Think of a CSO fringe around him.
A CSO fringe around him, yeah. Well, Barry Letts is directing, so they've all got CSO fringes around them.
All the time, yeah.
The pub isn't real, the pub's a photo.
Yeah, they haven't built a set for this pub, no. It's,
yeah.
The pub is sound effects. And the CSO background.
And the CSO background,
yeah. So, the Doctor's there. The Doctor turns up with a champagne bottle. Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. He'd have a pint as well, wouldn't he?
Yes.
What else? What other alcohol-based product could you fire at someone?
I mean, he's probably more likely to bash him around the head, isn't he? He's not. We're not going to have him.
It's going to be Baby Sham, isn't it? Yeah. Tom Baker attacking with Baby Sham. Brilliant.
We're not going to have the cork going through his face, so
no, we're not. We're not.
Yeah.
Can you just do with a jelly baby?
Maybe, yeah.
He'd probably scramble his signal, something like that. He'd use the sonic screwdriver to scramble the impulses coming from the Nest team. So Derek Griffiths loses it a bit more.
Yeah.
Glitching gets worse.
Yeah. Then he attacks. Yeah.
He's not going to grow those big spatula hands either, is he?
No. He's going to go. He's do the classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sarah jumps in from behind, wrestles his head off.
Yep.
Have we reached the end of episode 2 yet?
Maybe we should put it here because there's really not much plot left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had quite a bit. We've had the brig and Geneva and all that. Yeah.
Let's assume that's taken a bit of time. Yeah. Okay, so they wrestle his head off and they run. He chases him through the kitchens or through whatever behind this pub.
The back bit,
yeah.
Someone's like preparing a pie or something.
Yeah.
Thinking he could.
Some bloke's sitting down to eat it. He's literally got his knife and fork out when they rush past and smash it. He's like, yeah.
Derek comes back and goes, sorry, and carries on.
That's like a cameo by like kind of Alfie Bass or somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah. So they
He'll,
get to the
he'll do that. He'll do that 70s thing of just putting the pint down and going never drinking again. That'll be that sort of thing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
They get to the car park and there's a TARDIS there. And the Doctor and Sarah run inside.
Mhm.
Harry is a bit baffled by this.
Yeah.
And eventually follows them in there.
Mhm.
And obviously it's big on the inside.
Mhm.
Big
We're not going to
gear-
get the big crane reveal, though, are we?
No.
Not so much. No.
Which is lovely.
Yeah. They're not going to bother with introducing it quite so much where he has to run
No.
around the TARDIS and go back in
No.
again. They're
No.
really not going to fuss with that.
No.
No, it's just going to be Harry going, I say.
I say, yeah, it's going to be that.
Good Lord. Yeah.
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 You might need another pair of flares again. Just going through flares.
Well, he starts crying. He's going, is Derek dead?
Mhm.
He's all melted. You didn't even say anything.
I think he gets a bit aggressive at this point. Like, now look here. Starts handling the Doctor a bit.
Yeah.
Sarah's going, get off him.
Yeah.
And that little altercation means that the head starts melting.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, the head's
The
melting.
console. Is the console Pertwee's or is it Tom's?
I didn't know
Because we
Tom
didn't see the console at all in Tom's first season.
Did Tom have a different
Given
console? I wasn't really
A
aware.
bit of time to alter it. By the time we get to Planet of Evil, then it's the same basic prop, but it's got all new controls, completely new.
Well, I'm assuming they've shot this at the end of season 11.
So it's Pertwee's console.
Production blocks. So, yeah. It's
Yeah.
Pertwee's.
Yeah. Yes.
has to be.
Yeah. Cool. Nice.
Like they're washing up dishes on the wall. And
No. It wasn't by that
No.
point. Not by Death of the Daleks.
No.
Actually, not by any point apart from the Time Monster.
Yeah.
Used it once, thought. Yeah.
I quite like it.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't see why people say they're washing up bowls either. There's no washing up bowl shaped like that or that big.
Yeah.
But fine.
I don't find them aesthetically appealing, but yeah.
The production team clearly agreed with you, so hey,
Yeah.
I'm in the minority here.
Yeah, the Doctor needs to follow the signal that's activating his head. And obviously he's running out of time now because it's melting.
Yeah.
So off we go.
Heaves and groans and off we go.
Yeah.
We turn
Goes
up.
the rotor and
Yeah. We're on the embankment in London. Next to the Thames.
at night, which would be expensive, so probably in the middle of the day.
Probably in the middle of the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Doctor comes out. He's like, the signal's coming from near here.
It'll be that those kind of wonderful shots you get in kind of 70s stuff that's shot on location in London, where it really does look run down and shitty.
Grimy.
It'd be like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Running down really terrible piss-stained alleys and
It's
things.
probably pissing down with rain.
Yeah.
I remember visiting London in the 70s and early 80s, and you could still see bomb damage. It was quite a different place in those days. Yeah, so we get some scenes here which we can't really use. Where the Doctor forgets Mickey again. Rosie's not impressed, and
we can use them. I think we can use them. That's part of Tom's. It's the Pyramid to Mars bit.
And we learn that lots of planets have a north.
Yeah, but not having now, obviously.
No.
Planets didn't have a north in the 70s.
Lots of planets have a received pronunciation.
Indeed. Lots of planets have a London.
Yeah. There's another problem here as well, which is the Doctor says there must be a massive transmitter here.
Yeah.
But the London Eye is not there.
No. It is not.
Unless they turn around. Yeah. Unless they turn around and someone's built some kind of aerial installation on the South Bank that they can see.
We might not have had the war machines, so maybe we could use the post office tower.
Yeah. Or even the festival centre from the South Bank. That was fairly new at that point, wasn't it? New enough that Pertwee shot there and pretended it was a future Earth.
A building that has to be that was built for the Festival of Britain in 1951. I know this because I watched a documentary about it last night.
I suppose it must have been, yeah.
So that was there for a while. So it's not that new by that point, unfortunately. But something like that, something commonplace, but that would be clustered in that area.
Westminster, Westminster, Big Ben.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Tower, it's tower.
Big Ben, yeah.
Big Ben.
A tower with a massive metal structure at the top.
Yeah. All right. So, the Nestian consciousness is under the Houses of Parliament.
Yeah.
We need to blow up the Houses of Parliament.
Sweet. This is fantastic.
Hmm.
You didn't get Tom saying that as well. You know, wide-eyed into the camera, Harry, we're going to blow up Parliament.
Again.
Yeah. What? What do you mean? What? But this time I'll get it right.
Brigadier, send me some TNT.
Yeah. You can't blow up Parliament, Doctor. But you love blowing things up, Brigadier.
People will notice.
What will the rest of the world say?
Geneva won't like it. Oh,
Geneva won't
you're on the
like
phone-
it at
you're
all.
on the phone
No,
again, sorry.
no. If I do that, I'm not getting any tonight, Doctor, so it's not happening.
So yes,
There's the brig there by this point.
maybe unit turn up with some explosives. I don't know.
Unit
Yeah.
are gonna be on their way.
Yeah.
But Autons stop them because we can't really
Autons
have
stop
them
them.
there. They can
Yeah.
be when the Autons attack later on. We'll have a full pitched battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
We'll do that.
But there's a nice bit in the novelization where there's living statues that you get in that area. All those guys,
Yeah.
they all turn out to be Autons.
Yeah.
And basically chase them. So we could have something like that happening.
Yeah.
And then they find a back way into the House of Parliament or somewhere. And they slip down into the basement, where there is basically a big room with Autons in it.
Not that big a room, maybe maybe
not such a big CSO thing, maybe. Just
Yeah.
Oh, it's just going to be a big black room in it. It's going to be like think tank.
It's got Well, there's an Estine consciousness in there.
There is
represented in some form.
Well, I think it'll be in a tank, won't it? Like in Spearhead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe not the same kind of tank, but a big globular.
Maybe a slightly bigger tank, but yeah. Something in there.
It's going to be some latex in
a
a tank in goo.
Yeah.
With Roy Skelton's voice.
Roy Skelton's voice.
Yeah. The Nestines food planets, they've all been destroyed in a war.
We didn't go into the war too much.
Non-specific.
No.
Non-specific war.
In war.
How about the Time Lords declared war on the Nestines and decided to wipe them out because they kept interfering too much, and so the Doctor's really getting blamed for it.
So he's here to negotiate with
the Time Lords for the first time. We get Tom's anger about the Time Lords in general.
Okay. Yeah.
And it gives us a bit of info dump. Sarah gets to explain to Harry who the Time Lords are, what the relationship is with the Doctor, what's going on here.
I tell you what, this can be referring back to Day of the Doctor. They're saying there's a Time Lord war coming. There you are. Yeah. So the Time Lords are getting more aggressive. Yeah. He tries to negotiate with them. He's let down by the fact that he is a Time Lord.
Yeah.
They're not really having it.
Anti-plastic on him.
Yeah. And he's got the anti-plastic on him. You're quite right. Yeah. Which they find immediately, and they're a bit suspicious about.
Yeah.
That's another nice tie-in with Robot, with the anti-metal thing.
Oh,
yeah. At the end.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a massive bucket of it and he kind of just pulls it out from his coat. I wasn't going to use it. There's quite a lot in there, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
Who was he hiding that? Just don't ask. He does this.
It turns out they've also captured the TARDIS. The TARDIS is there. Yeah. So,
I'm inclined to say that I was thinking about this earlier, just in case because of padding. Because it seems to me like we're heading towards the ending of episode 3.
Yes.
It's not far off. Yeah.
Which is presumably going to be the activation of the signal.
Got to be.
Yeah.
We need a bit more going on in episode 4, so getting back to the TARDIS, getting out of there.
Yeah.
Maybe have it a bit less convenient. Yeah. That's a good shout. Yeah.
So I think the TARDIS just is where they left it.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't make a lot of sense that they get it there so quick.
It doesn't.
Anyone noticing.
Actually.
Yeah.
No.
How they get it down through that little hatch without the Doctor.
And again, it's one of those things that they're doing to introduce the series from scratch. The Nestines are aware of the TARDIS and things like that. We don't need any of it.
No.
Story-wise in this.
Yeah. I don't think we need Derek Griffiths coming back again, to be fair. Bless him, but I think he's probably dead.
Dead? I'm kidding, Derek Griffiths, not on my watch.
Well, we've already got Sarah and Harry there. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got to have Harry swinging from the chain.
I'd imagine that would be Sarah. Maybe she finds a massively long scarf somewhere and she swings off that.
In this underground hovel.
in this underground hovel.
But they have scarves, yeah.
It's a Nestine scarf.
Well, let's say the Doctor's found the scarf by this point. Well, it's
All right,
polyester, so it was nylon, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say the Doctor's found the scarf at this point, and she grabs it off him.
Yeah.
Maybe they steal it from an eccentric MP.
Played by Leslie Phillips.
There's a display that they're doing something to be more kid friendly, and there's a display of from the Blue Peter knit a fucking massive scarf competition, and he just he grabs it from that.
Hello, kids.
Just
Today
see
we're
John
doing a
Locke
knit a
going,
fucking
now we're going to the
scarf
result of
competition.
the Blue Peter make a fucking massive scarf competition. Stop share.
John Noakes is up for that.
Yeah, they've got some big ones here.
Oh, it's trod on my foot.
Doesn't work because it hasn't got the tensile strength. It's a scarf.
Have we ever cast John Noakes in anything? We haven't, have we?
No.
Because he was an actor. He's an episode of Red Cap.
Really?
Yeah.
Blimey.
As a soldier, unsurprisingly, in Red Cap. But yeah, because I remember watching it and thinking, that guy looks like John Noakes, and then I was thinking, oh no, it is John Noakes.
It just seems like he came onto Blue Peter fully formed, really, doesn't it?
Yeah,
He was the creation of Biddy Baxter. She just willed him into existence.
Yeah.
A mind.
Yes.
Well, I suppose it makes sense. Peter Purvis was an actor.
Yeah.
Andy Singleton.
I think Valerie Singleton may have been an actress. Yeah.
Christopher Trace was.
Yeah. So obviously the negotiations don't go well, and the Nestine consciousness sets up its signal, which causes Autons to smash out shop windows.
I think it does. Yeah, I think we end it on the signal. A big close up of Tom saying the signal because we need to fill episode 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
No plot for episode 4 right now.
Yeah.
But we have got some big battle scenes.
We have got some big battle scenes.
Some really big battle scenes.
Really big battle
long
scenes,
ones.
which can go on for quite a long time.
Quite some time. Yeah.
I think he had the same problem in the novelization. The battle scene goes on for ages, and there's an awful lot of extra characters to get brought in. Donna Noble gets a mention. Rose's ex-boyfriend comes in and gets murdered. It's a lot of people turn up, get killed.
Are we going to kill off Mike Yates? Because he never appears again.
We can kill off Mike Yates if you want. I'm up for that.
It'd be a bit much for the Doctor's first story, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Baronets wouldn't do that.
What we do need is obviously Unit turn up when the Autons are out in the streets zapping people. Unit turn up and have a massive battle with them. That's clearly
That's
what
I
they
said
do.
before.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that. So we do that in daytime. Yeah. Thora Hird's in the middle of it, trying to get away,
wandering around.
Probably not noticing that
she's got a phone with her with its big curly cord, and it somehow works. She's Thora fucking Hird.
She's gone to get Harry's compensation, and no, she's caught out in the streets. Yeah. Actually, no, she's looking for a glass table, isn't she? That's right.
She's looking for a glass table.
Yeah.
A glass table.
She's looking at a really nice glass table when someone comes smashing through it.
Yeah. There's two blokes carrying it out for her, and she's going, "Now be careful with that."
Yeah. And an Auton just comes
straight through.
Yeah. In a fury, she punches the Auton out.
And the two men carrying the table are played by the young Chuckle brothers.
The young Chuckle, obviously. Yeah. Barry and Paul Chuckle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In their formative years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Were they around then? I don't know.
Well, they were alive.
They seemed to be a fair age when they turned up in the 80s. So
Well, I think, is there a huge age gap between them? Because I'm sure Barry Chuckle was a lot older.
Yeah.
Right. So end of episode 3, the signal is being activated.
Yeah.
Episode 4
of Tom.
Yeah.
And all hell's going to break loose.
Yeah.
Episode 4, all hell breaks loose because there's literally nothing else to talk about at this point. There's chaos, killing on the streets, and this is when Sarah says to Harry, "Look, this is how you do it." Swings in, knocks the anti-plastic into the Auton
hand
up.
It goes high in the air.
Harry, thematically, because Rose does it. The episode Harry. So I think the Doctor should be being held. Sarah gets held as well, and Harry has to
rescue them.
Gets his
he does he looks like somebody who plays rugby, doesn't he, Harry? He's a rugby player.
Yeah.
So he does a kind of rugby charge through all these autons to get to the
That's
town.
exactly what he does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chucks it in there.
Yeah. But not for a while, not until about 15 minutes of battle. Then you keep cutting back to them for a bit more dialogue and then cut back to the battle.
Yeah. It's like that scene. It's like that Flash Gordon scene.
Yeah. We definitely need some scenes with Harry kind of finding his way through various passages to get there, I think. We need something to kind of...
One massive fight scene.
Yes.
I mean, it occurs to me we haven't given Sarah much to do in this story.
No.
Maybe Sarah and Harry have some kind of separate plot. I don't know what, where they have to do a thing.
Yeah.
To get to the Doctor. I don't know.
But they're already with the Doctor.
Well, we'd have to separate them, obviously.
They get the Nestine, for reasons, goes, take those two away.
Yeah.
Yes.
That happens a lot in Doctor Who.
Yeah. And then they can escape and run around and get captured again.
And they escape, run around, have a bit of an auton scrum.
Yeah. Harry gets to say, steady on, old girl.
Yeah. And Sarah punches him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Establish that. Yeah. So we come back to the end of the story.
They've got to escape at the end, remember, because the TARDIS isn't there.
They do have to escape at the end.
Yeah.
So yes, the Houses of Parliament are about to explode and fall down around their heads. So they've got to get out of there quick because the Doctor went in there with honest intentions, so it has to die. So they basically went away.
And the Houses of Parliament blow up.
We witnessed the Houses of Parliament blowing up. The Brigadier turns up just in time to see it happen, and he's like,
good Lord,
Doctor, honestly.
Oh, really, Doctor.
How am I going to explain this to the Prime Minister? Oh, hello, Prime Minister.
Hello, Prime Minister, yeah. Sorry, madam.
Yes.
Matter of national security. I've got Geneva on the phone. Look.
We can have some later scenes as well with the Brigadier debriefing Harry. Maybe he gets inducted into unit at this point.
Yeah, you're in unit now. Absolutely, yeah. And then the Doctor kind of just throws water on it and goes, "Oh, you can come with me."
Yeah.
Well, that's the last scene, isn't it?
That is the last scene when he gets in the TARDIS, and
Harry's in the pub with Derek Griffiths again.
Derek's all right. Okay, good.
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, and then don't kill Derek Griffiths. Harry lets him not kill Derek Griffiths.
Derek says, "Do you want to come to the match?" And he's going, "Oh, match? I'll go with the Doctor."
Well, I think the Doctor and Sarah just brazenly wander into the pub and storms in. Hello, ginger beer, and all that sort of stuff.
Yes. The Doctor can just go, by the way, it travels in time.
Yeah. And actually, what I thought is that at the end we can do the sequence of the Doctor choosing his costume that we're getting robot.
Yeah.
He hasn't got his look solidified all the way through. He's got the scarf, obviously, because someone swings from it.
Yeah.
But I just thought it'd be quite nice. Maybe it's all back at the lab in unit. Maybe they're all just back at unit. And we're going to say goodbye to unit now.
Yeah. We'll just have one of those laughy unit endings, and then off they go.
And then they go off.
Yeah.
I have to say, just briefly touching on the costume, the Fourth Doctor's first costume, I think, is actually my favourite of the costumes. I mean, everybody loves the frock coats and the kind of longer ones from later, but I do like that little that short sort of
the short jacket.
corduroy. It's like the sort of red
elbow
corduroy,
patches.
isn't it?
Yeah. Immortalised, of course, in the Dennis Fisher doll.
Yeah.
By
the time that come out, he wasn't wearing it anymore. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a better look than season 18, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just swamps in season 18. It's not choice.
No, it's terrible.
I mean, it's
that
hard
looks
to someone
so
as
hot.
big in every single way as Tom. Yeah. Been boiling.
No
you can
wonder
see
he
him throwing
loses
it off,
because he's wearing a blazer underneath in the leisure hide, and that's gone
Many
by
layers,
the time of my make loss.
The coat's massive and heavy, and the scarf's the biggest one apart from season 15, I think. And really heavy wool. Yeah, it must have been a weight as well.
It's sweltering. Yeah.
You know, you'd want. I mean, if I was playing it, I think I'd put my foot down and go, no, can I have something a bit lighter so I can actually run around?
Yes,
without just sweating to death.
I'd like to be able to move, please. Yeah.
And so off they go.
Off they go.
Yes.
Dr. Sarah and Harry.
There we go.
And Derek Griffiths is standing there going, "Can I be in you?" And the Brigadier goes, "No." And that's the end.
That's the end.
Explainment.
So that was Harry.
Yes.
Yes, the first story of Tom Baker's era.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Is it better or is it worse?
It's brilliant. It's got Thora Hird in it. I mean, I think Rose is magnificent. I really do. I've always said I think it's a tremendous piece of writing. It seems effortless, but it can't have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because anything that seems effortless has a great deal of work behind it. And I respect it as a piece of work. How the same man wrote Space Babies, I cannot get my head around.
It's so brilliant, isn't it? I mean, I remember quite clearly. I mean, we first saw a pirated version.
Yes, we did. Yes,
and we were all together in Port Miriam, of all places.
Yeah,
and we watched it there. I recall. Yeah.
John.
Yeah. On the
because it was there was
DVD
a little
player.
Yeah, portable DVD player, which we tried to get to connect to the television in the room, and it wouldn't.
It wasn't
so
there.
we were watching it on this tiny little screen.
Yeah. But I'm still glad that I did that rather than see it for the first time with Graham Norton talking over it.
Yeah.
And it really came across, even in that version with not all the effects and stuff like that.
It's not that different, actually. As far as I haven't watched it for years, but it's not that different. The title music, obviously, is the old one. But that's the one we've got in this anyway.
Yeah.
But I do like this version. I think it's a great introduction for Harry. I think it's a great introduction for Tom. As you say, Sarah gets sidelined a bit, but
it's not so good for Sarah. Yeah,
we'd probably need to.
Yeah, we would need stuff for her to do. I think maybe that would pad it out, just give Sarah something to do. But I don't know what, Sarah. It would dilute it.
She'd be coping with the regeneration.
Yeah,
as the audience. She's the only one we've got carrying through, her and the Brig and Benton. She's the main one. So she's going to be doing the trauma bit, and as she does in Robot. I've just got,
it's worked more than I thought it would. I have to say, I didn't think it would fit, but it kind of
even
does.
How minimal the plot is, we've actually managed to keep it feeling more or less like the same story. So
I did think we'd have to invent loads of stuff, but then when you bring Unit in, that kind of fills it in for us. And you have to have Unit because you wouldn't just discard them.
No.
As they don't in Robot.
Yeah. They'd be there.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty good. I would give it 7 out of 10.
About 8, I think.
Yeah, I think I'd say 7 as well. So,
Are you doing the numbers?
I'm doing the numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Doctor is Jodie Whittaker.
Okay.
The story is 66.
Lucky Jodie. Right. Okay. It is. Carnival Monsters.
Right. The story is 112.
State of Decay? We've not had that, have we? State of Decay.
No.
There you go.
Jodie Whittaker and State of Decay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Instantly actually parallels with It Takes You Away with all the wandering around woods and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of how it would look.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I love the way she would say State of Decay as well. Jodie Whittaker in State of Decay.
State of Decay.
Yeah, and Ryan's going to have some vampires take a fancy to him.
Yeah,
if Ryan's in it.
Of course, Ryan's in it.
I see. Well, you're in charge of Ryan then.
Ryan's all right. Ryan's got some vampires that fancy him. He's okay.
Yeah.
Ryan's going to be the one kind of going to that nice family and being a real twat to them, isn't he?
Yeah.
You've got some cheese as well.
Yes.
You'd just slap him, wouldn't you? Taking them in, they're giving them their food. You've got cheese also. Fuck. We haven't got any cheese because we're in a state of decay.
State of Decay.
State of Decay.
Okay, so that was Time Ram with Tom Baker in the story with the title Rose. Oh, not Rose now, it's Harry, isn't it?
Harry.
Yeah,
Yes.
now the Doctor's in Harry. Yeah.
Oh.
Another pair of them.
Oh dear. Yes, join us again next time for the 13th Doctor in State of Decay. I've been Paul Ferry, and joining me, as usual, have been Rupert Booth.
Bye-bye!
And Barry Williams.
So long.
Bye! Yes, if you want to follow us on social media, it's just got more complicated. Because you can follow Roop and at Rupert Booth on X, formerly Twitter, and Baz at Baz Timeham on X, formerly Twitter. But you can't follow me on there anymore because I'm not there for reasons.
I'm probably not looking at it. In fact, by the time this goes out, I'm probably not on there either. So, you know.
I will be still, but only because of gamers. But I'm definitely on Blue Sky.
Yes, you can follow us all on Blue Sky, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Well, I've started getting a few porn bots.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
Porn bots, did you say?
Porn bots, DMs from,
right.
from apparently women going,
Yeah.
"Hi, have you got a girlfriend?" That's a bit much, isn't it?
A bit personal.
Drunk.
Mind your own.
Blimey.
That's all right, as long as they keep politics out of it. I can handle porn. Please don't take the phrase "I can handle porn" out of the context.
Going to,
Paul can handle porn.
Who are the other two people here, Paul?
Sorry?
Who are the other two people here? Taken out of context, why do we ever do that?
It's not going to happen.
No.
I'm also on Threads, but I don't think either of these two are.
No, I haven't gone into Threads, no.
Yes.
Meta is a bit evil. Actually, I'm starting to see more and more right-wing conspiracy theory nonsense on Facebook these days. Lots of flat Earth stuff on there, which is like, seriously? You know,
Yeah.
stuff like, you know, airplanes. If the Earth wasn't flat, airplanes would gradually go off into the sky. You know, no, they fucking wouldn't. What are you on about, you stupid idiot? Why are you even bothering with this shit?
Yeah.
Strange.
Did you see that story about that flat earther who spent thousands
Yeah.
going to the North
Proved
Pole
wrong.
and
Yeah.
proved himself wrong?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
more
There
tragic.
going, oh,
That flat earther that built himself a rocket because he was determined to go up high enough to be able to prove that you get high and the Earth doesn't come around you. It's flat, and then you know, blew himself up.
has anyone? Have these people never been on a plane? I've seen the curvature of the Earth from a plane.
I've seen it from the top of quite a high hill. I mean, it's not that tough to spot it.
Really isn't difficult.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'd like to thank Ben Jones for our music. You can also I've done this in completely the wrong order. That's supposed to go first, isn't it?
Don't matter.
Yeah. So anyway, we also have a page on Facebook and a website at timeram.com or timeram.cam. One of those. No, that's terrible. That would be a cam.
Oh, that's
site.
Paul
No.
Paul again, isn't it? Yeah.
We can handle porn. God, where are we? I told you it was going to be a shit show, didn't I?
I've been looking forward to this all episode, believe me.
Yes. If you would, I'm editing it, so I can edit it, so I sound fantastic.
Yeah.
Um,
We sound shit. I can.
if you'd like to support the podcast, you can find us on Patreon. Offer us a few meager pennies, and well, a little bit more than that, and get extra goodies in return. You can also support the podcast by leaving a nice review at a place where you can leave nice reviews. A nice review place, if you will. That's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, goodbye from Time Ram. We'll be back again soon. Bye. Yeah, God.
I've never heard of Pigeon Street.
You've never... It was on the BBC.
I've deleted most of my youth at this point.
That's what fatherhood does.
If you lived in Pigeon Street, here are the people you could meet. Here are the people who would say hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye every day. If you lived in Pigeon Street, here are the people you could meet. Here are the people who would share the sights, the sounds, the air, where pigeons beat their wings, wings beat. Pigeons beat their wings, wings beat to meet in Pigeon Street.
A Doctor Who Podcast Network.